And here we are at the EarthX TV stage here at EarthX 2025. We've had some amazing guests who do crazy work and have lived extraordinary lives, but this one might take the cake. I'm telling you, we have the one and only Miss Joanie Clark. Give it up. Now, Joanie, listen, I read your bio backstage. And of all the things that you do and have done, barrel racing. Tell us about your days as a barrel racer back in the Dakotas, I believe?
South Dakota.
South Dakota, to be specific.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
That's amazing. How did you get into that? Was it family business?
Well, I was born there.
Right.
If you're born in South Dakota, you better be a barrel racer or you're not going to have a pretty shirt to wear, okay?
Right.
Yeah. And it's just the Wild West.
Mm-hmm.
And just the most wonderful place. And I have a huge family there that's half of South Dakota.
Wow. That is what's up. No wonder why she had to leave. I got to find me somebody. Everybody's cousins over here.
Yeah.
Right. But listen, you're a part of, I believe, Ombudswoman and International Communications. Can you tell me about the work that you do with those good folks there? And then we'll get into the Earth Law Center. But What is Ombudswoman? What does that mean?
Well, from South Dakota, my family moved to California when I was in high school with about 5 of us kids. And then I left to explore the world as a rodeo cowgirl explorer, barrel racer. And I was born in Hubert Humphrey's farmhouse.
Wow.
So they thought I was going to grow up, and I thought to be the first woman president of the United States and fix things.
Oh,
okay?
wow.
So we're still doing that.
Well, you're pretty close. Right.
So anyway, one of the places I studied was after doing a little bit in Washington, D.C., New York. I wanted to study abroad, so I went to the University of Copenhagen in Denmark.
Wow.
And that was just the most amazing place. It's the most perfect country in the world.
Wow.
You know, it just is. And I was studying political science and architecture and worldviews and history and everything. Because I'm still an Explorer Scout and a Girl Scout. And so when I studied the political system there, they have the role of the ombudsman, which is me. You know, you don't want to get siloed in whatever you're doing in life or the government or your society. I always want to be like the eagle for the American Indian symbol. The eagle is the strongest, powerful symbol because it has the arms and of the male and female, and it's united flying together.
Right.
So the ombudsman woman, it does that. You go and you look at everything going on and try and bring everybody together and get the best strategic plan under God's skies.
Right. And I mean, I see your work doing that. And last year I found out about the organization, the Earth Law Center. And the work that you all are doing is absolutely necessary and incredible. Can you tell us the basic philosophy behind the Earth Law Center?
Yes, it's ecocentric law. It is the balance to everything that's going on. It was started 12 years ago.
Ecocentric law, wow.
Yeah, and it gives Mother Earth and all our resources and people and animals, you know, a voice, a more balanced and now very well balanced voice in all our society, not just courts, because I'm not a lawyer, but I'm a damn good activist.
Yes, ma'am.
So I can say that. I'm from South Dakota, and I live in Texas sometimes.
Right. So it's like, I heard that one of the most important things that the Earth Law Center does is give personhood to entities in the environment. Can you tell us about the philosophy behind that?
Yes, that's what we wanted to do, was realize that what's missing in all of this, and it's the whole ecosystem, and it's more universal. It's the humanitarian way. It's where we all are. We all care about this, no matter where you're from, you know? And so it's just been man in his role to dominate nature has created a lot of destructive things that have taken us out of harmony and health. And we have to be healthy and well, both your body, mind, and spirit. And so I was in Aspen, Colorado, and was working with John Denver.
John
the great,
Denver.
great John Denver. And he started, after he met Buckminster Fuller, he said, now I know why I was born to be famous.
Wow.
I want to take your message out into the world.
Wow.
So we started WinStar, the first environmental group in America.
WinStar.
WinStar.
And were you a part of that founding?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. And I'm on the board of trustees, and I was one of the producers because he said, Bucky, I want the world to know about you. So we went and bought 1,000 acres of land just outside of Aspen in the Snowmass Valley. And we put the first geodesic dome, and
Wow.
then John sang happy birthday to Bucky Fuller.
Wow.
It was the greatest moment of your life, you know?
Right.
And then we had, of course, the Rocky Mountain Center with the Lovenses there working together with their renewable energy. So I went out and built a solar house with a permaculture landscape, you know, and thought, okay, if we all do this, then there'll never be another war, and we'll all be healthy. And so I did that, and a lot of other people started doing that in the Aspen Valley.
Right. And if you've ever been to the Aspen Valley, I mean, it is absolutely picturesque. Aspen is the way it is for a reason, because getting up there, I mean, you really feel the energy of the Rocky Mountains. It's a real thing. And so I am from Colorado, and I didn't know that Buckminster Fuller and John Denver had that history there. So I just learned something new. And in terms of like the work that you're doing right now with the Earth Law Center, tell us about some of the projects that you've taken on legally to fight to make sure that nature is treated like an entity, a sentient being that it is. What are some of the legal battles that you guys have had to engage in?
Well, one that is we've won, but it's in the Elwha River up in the Pacific Northwest. And if you go on our website, earthlaw.org, please do. You will be there for years.
Right.
And we did a film on the success of our efforts on the Elwha River, because they had just spent $300 million to take a dam down, and we had to make sure that the fish were running, that it was done properly.
Right.
And not all of it was. So we stayed on it with our local group, our Indigenous tribe, all the local activists, you know? And a kick-ass lawyer with a daughter that went to the forest and cried when she saw they were still cutting it down. They were violating everything. So we chronicled everything. Please go on our website and see this 15-minute documentary. We showed it last year here and got a standing ovation.
Right.
And it's part of this whole ecosystem. And it's so exciting because it shows you how all of us just doing what we want to do, being here together, caring about what Spirit tells us to do every day, which is the right thing, love each other and respect each other. Well, now the Earth Law system is that system that is the invisible hand of grace guiding us in. We have, you know, the first coursework on this for lawyers, but we just did a whole governance system for everybody that you can take into your own homes, your communities, everything. And it's a guide to what's missing, which is civil and our civics liberty. You know, it's how all we have to do is learn how to talk to each other.
Absolutely.
And it creates the invisible hand of love and mercy.
Right.
I think.
No, absolutely. I was wondering, did you encounter any unexpected allies in these fights? Were there people who joined on your side that you didn't anticipate, and what did that look like?
Well, it looks like everybody.
Wow.
Because no one ever expects you in these situations that you're going to win. You know, when the dam goes down, and now we have many more to do in the right way.
Right.
And if you go and see our 15-minute documentary on the Elwha River, it's the map, it's the guide, it's the template. Everybody can do it. And when you see all the love and support and the community that we've always wanted, being from South Dakota, I was raised with that.
Right.
So I just always wanted to be around it and create it wherever I was. And that film is iconic.
Right.
And you will just be so inspired and join us. Join, because you're all part of it anyway, so you might as well.
Certainly, yeah. Give a round of applause for that, y'all. Now, when I talk about giving nature personhood, that strikes me as like some of the concepts I've heard from the philosophies of America's indigenous people. And you said that you had partnered with some indigenous folks to kind of get these battles won. Can you tell us about how the Earth Law Center works with our First Nations communities in order to accomplish this?
Yes. Thank you. Being from South Dakota, I'm part of the First Nations of Standing Rock and Rosebud and Cheyenne River, and also Chief Orville Looking Horse, who carries the white sacred buffalo calf woman pipe, and he and his wife Paula have been doing World Peace and Prayer Day for 25 years, and I've been part of that. In fact, he would come to when, after John passed, the WindStar morphed into the American Renewable Energy Day and Expo in Aspen for many years. That Chip and Sally are part of all, and Orville would come and do ceremonies with us, or, then my family at the Southern Ute tribe would come, the Box, Eddie and Betty Box Jr., and they would do the ceremonies and the celebrations. And I wanted to do that in Aspen because to create the prophecy that we want to have, the Hopi prophecy, all tribes have their prophecies, and they're all interrelated because we're all interrelated.
Yeah, right.
So this information has been coming up for a few thousand years.
Right.
It's highly curated.
Right.
And you too.
Right. Listen, since she's from around my way, I see Joanie all the time, and I think that it's apropos that Mother Nature have a lawyer. She needs some representation in the legal system, and the Earth Law Center, if you check out the documentary, I had a chance to see it last year. They're doing some amazing work. Where else can we find you? We got the earthlawcenter.org.
Yes.
Where else can we find maybe some information on Ombudswoman or other things that you are up to? Just want to make sure we keep up with you.
The Rolling Stone just did an article on us, I think yesterday or the day before. Yeah.
So you're a rock star for real. Right.
We're all rock stars.
Right,
just read it.
For sure. Listen, these are the kind of folks that you're going to find here at EarthX. People who've been on the front lines of making change happen, innovating new solutions to protect our beautiful world. And we have such a warrior here with us, with Miss Joanie Clark. Give her a round of applause. Absolutely.
I want to give this guy applause. Don't you love him?
Oh, man. I'm a student. I come to EarthX to learn. My mind is blown all the time. And when you think about the problems of the world, there are representatives of the solution that are just walking all around here. The most unassuming people have the most spectacular solutions. And this is how we convene to make sure that we connect those dots, go out into the world. And they don't brag on it here, but the EarthX conference has created major impact in the world. And it starts by us humans who mean well connecting. So once again, for Ms. Joanie Clark.
Oh, thank you. I just want to reinforce that and give a shout out to Rotary.
Rotary.
I love Rotary.
Hey, Rotary.
And their intern, Zach, was just amazing last year when I met him and realized how amazing the organization is, because now with Earth Law and our governance system, we also have a play that's 1,000 years old with a lost...
A what?
1,000-year-old play that's being revived.
A play? That's older than Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
it's the animals suing the humans. It's that lawsuit.
Oh, wow.
Okay?
They got a lot to sue us on.
Exactly.
Goodness.
And this was written 1,000 years ago by an Islamic scholar.
Wow.
Translated by a Jewish scholar, and a Christian king commanded the performance.
Wow. Talk about working together.
Yeah.
Across faith lines.
So we're doing that. I want to get this into all the schools. So in Aspen, man, everybody's up for it.
Right.
And I want you to be part of that in your own communities. And I want all the Rotary people that love this too, and the Earth Law, their work. What Steve is doing down in Newport Beach. Hello.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
Absolutely. Well, I want to play the prosecutor on behalf of the animals because I know I can get some jobs done. But listen, this is what we are at time right now, and I just appreciate everything that you've contributed to this organization and this conference. And we will be back a little bit later with some more guests. Thank you very much, EarthX 2025.